name's Takriva. Welcome back to some Surviving Mars, where we are on Mars and we're surviving. Let's just unpause the game and let's continue building on. We want to get as close as possible, if not outright building a dome this episode. Did we have any specific... No, we haven't uncovered any dome boosting things. There is of course some underground metals around that we can grab, but we are playing as Japan, which allows us to simply build an automatic metals extractor instead. This has a lot of drone load, but I believe we are currently sending in more drones. This thing is being worked on. It's getting its waste rock delivered. It only needs 48, so it'll get there soon enough anyway. Especially when you consider we have 75 here already, so hopefully it will, the drones will be like, hey, yeah, we should get stuff over there. Going to pick up concrete. That's also part of the load is very heavy right now, you know? This one is delivering waste rock. Oh, there's 8, there's 10, another 10, and another 8. It's 36. That's almost enough, actually, for this one. Carrying nothing, going to ramp, but it has almost no power on that specific one. Well, they're doing their job, I guess. Hopefully. Okay, we can actually send our rocket back if we want to. Do we want to? We still haven't found the research for better for cheaper flight, so I might as well just send it up right now. It doesn't have any drones on it right now, so if we return it to Earth, at least we'll be able to get passengers.
Complete. Milestone achieved.
Oh, that was a milestone. Launch a rocket back. And constructing a dome is actually the next one on the list, so we might as well grab that. Leveling the ground. They're working on it, I suppose. Let's get this, oh, there's nothing in that sector, but it was like mostly a specific, mostly rock anyway, so it wasn't a very interesting sector to begin with. And if I look around, I don't have any surface metals or anything left here. Anyway, see, I'm not sure why I'm scanning that one, because there's probably next to nothing in there. So that should be better. So now the drones have actually leveled this off, so it's now level. Good, I suppose. And now we're actually in range for both the ramp and the waste rock that's over here. So yeah, they removed the power necessity from the rovers, which is really, really nice. But yeah, the fact that we flattened this terrain allows that area to be really good for the construction of our first dome. So, before we do that, I want to start setting up some oxygen production as well. Just so we already have it ready. The most useful thing about oxygen is that it uses the same system for piping as water does. Let's just at least make it so it's the length it can be. There we go, so now it will construct. We also want an oxygen tank, just to make sure we have enough, so we have a place to put all the spare oxygen. So these will be built once the drones are done. Already 10.8 has been delivered. Yeah, it'll take some time. Another sector scanned. Oh no, that was the previous one. And they go pretty fast because we have got our 3 sensor towers going, which is nice. Rocket is on its way back to Earth. It'll take some time to get there anyway. Let's see, a dome. Do we want... Well, a self-sufficient dome is very simple in that it is just a basic dome, but it gets a few extra buildings. It puts down the vaporator, it puts down a Moxie, a water tower. So it's basically the same as just building it yourself. It's just everything is contained near each other. Let's get the 5 metal from that. We have the bonus polymers down there. We're currently only losing 5 power per hour from the power accumulator. 7 now. Probably because we finished our Moxie. Must be connected to an oxygen consumer. Well, that's basically the tank. But our drone is nearly there, so that should not be an issue. Now, we have the ability to build a couple of drones. Now, we brought the polymers, so we can easily build a basic dome. And we're just going to build a basic dome. The barrel dome is cheaper. It has roughly the same amount of room, but it costs double the polymers, which is not ideal in our situation. So we'll just get a dome. It has a decent range, but the thing about it is there's already nothing nearby. So the only thing we could do is build it next to the metal, but we have our autonomous metal collectors anyway. So, you know, I'm just gonna plop it down here. That gets us range on the cable, but that's not necessary at all. It is... yeah, I don't know. It's just there. And we will also build another power generator. A large wind turbine should be sufficient for the time being. So then we would lose 12 power an hour. And during the day, our solar panels are producing quite a bit anyway. Now we want to make sure that the dome gets its power. That will be done from there. And of course the pipe for life support. There's only 3 spots it can connect to, but that's fine.
Sector scanned. Research complete.
Low G high-rise. There it is. There's the advanced Martian engines. Rockets and shuttles require less fuel. So let's remove the other things that we have here. We can build our own drone hubs with drone hub here, but it does require 8 electronics. The question is, if we go to look at our resupply, I cannot see the prices without actually first getting a supply pod or anything else, which is highly annoying. So we're gonna wait until the rocket gets there. Anyway, we're gonna speed up time a bit. We have the concrete we need for the dome, we have the metals, we have the polymers. So it's just waiting for it to be finished at this point. They're building the pipes, they're building everything right now. Okay, so the dome is basically connected by water and by power. Now just getting everything else up and running. So hydroponic farm is... a regular farm does not cost any power. But to be fair, we can increase power usage anyway. But the hydroponic farm has the advantage of continuously being able to provide stuff. It is faster. China has nearly completed a milestone. Research a breakthrough. Well, we haven't even discovered a breakthrough yet, so it's not as if we're gonna be able to beat them to it, you know? Sector is being scanned. Let's scan this next. How much is in this water? Very low, but they're both very low, but they're over 10k, which is really good. But does need, yeah. Let's look at farms again. And they do consume water depending on the crop type, but we will have a surplus of 1 water with our current production. And if need be, I can always ask for 1 extra evaporator just to keep the things running. The fuel refineries. I think one of the most important things to grab though will be the mechanical parts factory. How is this ramp going? It almost has all the waste rockets it needs, and then it's just constructing it, you know. So it'll be fine. The dome is almost got everything delivered, and then we can start this. You know, let's make sure. No, not this one. Let's make sure we call for a supply pod. Now let's look at a drone hub. Costs 150 million and a weight of 5,000 kilograms. 10 electronic parts is 100 million, so it is cheaper to send the electronics and build your own drone hub. So it's 80 million versus 150 million. I mean, we could always ask for the metals as well, but the metals are just super heavy, so that's not a good idea. We need... I would like to send more stuff to be safe. But I really, really need a machine parts factory, and they are 10k. I think just to start off with, a small one will be fine, actually. So I'm going to call for a small machine parts factory. It will produce less. Actually, we can check on that. Wait, did we just... Oh no, it automatically refunds it as long as you go out of it. Okay, let's just slow down time for a little bit. So, production. So a small machine parts factory is not... doesn't view us anything. Well, we'll just call for one then. So a small machine parts factory. Let's call for extra electronics and polymers. Oh, actually, it costs 160 million to send enough. It's only 5. In that case, it is cheaper to just get a drone hub. Yeah, I'm gonna send for a drone hub as well for now then. And I can always send for another thing with extra polymers. Polymer maintenance is 0.2 per sol, so our current stock will run out in 5 times 8 is 40 days. So sending 10 over, which would be another, I don't know, like, what, 50 days of worth? I mean, getting a second drone up here towards the left side will be decent. What I do want to do is flatten some more land as well. It does require a lot of waste rock. So we are going to put it on low priority. But just getting all of this evened out for buildings and domes will be good enough for us, and especially getting more water production. Concrete is fine, machine parts are fine. That's why we're also sending the thingamajig, the small machine parts factory. And our dome is finished. We've constructed the dome. We have... Why it's not working? How is there... Oh, right. Huh. This thing needs to be done right about now. But the Moxie is how much? So it's using 1 oxygen and it's producing normally. It will be producing 3 oxygen. So you can actually run 3 domes off of 1 Moxie. It's pretty good. So yeah, I will want to start with a regular hydroponics farm simply because a big farm requires 6 workers at its max efficiency. But we will need more power. Once this is finished, that will put us at minus 20, no, minus 12. Yeah, just in case I want another accumulator. It does cost 2 polymers. I'm gonna have to send polymers real soon. So we're gonna send another supply pod with at least 15 polymers. I'll call 2 probes and 4 extra drones. Did the drones get assigned? Yeah, they did, but they got assigned pretty much anywhere. So 1 will go here, and you got 4. 14. It's okay. So, we will want to start building some buildings to sustain everyone that's working here. So, of course, the small machine parts factory is on the way. We want a hydroponics farm. Costs 5 to run, which we currently definitely have. Minus 4. Because they're high up, they're actually producing 18 and not 10. That's the 80% boost you got, so that's good. Okay, so we are building ourselves a hydroponics farm. Costs even more polymers. That's why having called for those polymers was actually a really good idea. Domes, homes and education. We will need room for a lot of people. 1 apartment will actually last us quite a while, but it costs quite a bit of polymers. So we're gonna have to go with a living complex for now. You can always upgrade to apartments later. Downside of the apartments is they grant less comfort. I think the living quarter is the same as the big one, just... Yeah, the big one gives you 2 extra space, but you lose the 1 tile in the middle. So basically, every one of these triangles in the dome, of which you have 6, is 10 hexes. A big building is all 10 hexes. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. And a small building is just 3 hexes. So 3 small buildings is a total of 9 of the 10 hexes used, so you have 1 left over for, say, a small little park or anything. The living complex, though, gives you lose that 1 tile, but you get 2 extra living space in return, which is good. I think I definitely want a nursery, just to make sure we can have some children living here as well, and they get their own place to live. You could already start building a research lab to get even more research going, but I think with our current research it is fine for the time being. I'd rather get some more buildings to actually keep the people happy. Oh, they actually added a small spacebar since I played, which is really good to have. Now, open air gym, exercise and social. The things they need you see at the top. I always like to build my domes so that they basically have everything. What? Huh? Small art store? That's only a 1-tile building. That's really good, actually. Same with a small grocer. That saves a lot of space, actually. Infirmary is really important if you want to start getting new people born on Mars really early on. Lower minimum a dome with a medical building has lower minimum comfort requirements for birth. That's exactly what I want to grab. Spires is not necessary yet, but they will need some work to do. So this will. I was gonna say that looks really weird. It is already at 14%, despite the fact there's no one working here. So there are 3 types of crops in this at the start. So there's the wheatgrass, low yield but grows very fast. So it grows in a single day and gets 2.5 harvest. That still changes up. It is actually growing, which is really weird. There's leaf crops which grow 4 times as slow but produce more than 4 times the food. And there are microgreens, low yield and slow growth but require less water. So I think the wheatgrass is what we definitely want to go with for now. And on big farms there's also a different well, it also reduces the oxygen consumption. So just having wheatgrass for now is fine. It is actually going down. I think by the time it reaches full percentage, it will actually be at 0 food. So that is how that is working. And 4 specialists. Let's do no restrictions for now. So we need 3 people, but there will be 12 people coming down. Okay, let's just land the supply pod. Or completely forget.
Electrostatic dust storm approaching.
Okay, so there's a dust storm coming. Moxies and moisture vaporators do not function during dust storms, and solar panels outside domes are closed automatically. Dust storms suspend air traffic. All shuttles will finish their final courses and then return to their hubs until the storm passes. Okay. Following buildings do not function, so our Moxie, our Vaporator, and our solar panel is going down. Now the good thing is I still have a surplus of water. Actually, wait, producing 1. Oh yeah, no, it's only producing 2 out of 3. But that will go down to 3, basically. Up to 3, because this goes down by 1. Words, right? We actually have quite a bit of concrete stored already. Huh. Okay, let's finish up the building here. I think a research lab is actually what I want to grab right now. Together with a grocer, so people can actually get food. Let's put that over here at the front. So a grocer requires 3 people in total to work there through all shifts. It's food and shopping, luxury and shopping, shopping and gaming for the electronics store, so you wouldn't need the arts, but arts gives you luxury. Casino gives luxury, gaming, gambling and social, but is really expensive in the big things in the electronics department. Let's actually keep running because I'm awaiting my factory to be built, and I need to actually know how many people I need for the factory to make it worthwhile. We have some extra probes arriving, and it's gone. Doink. I want to salvage this and then I will land the other one. I did bring 2 probes so we can get some extra sectors scanned quickly.
Sector scan. Research.
Well, that one gives us an anomaly,
found.
and that gives us a vista and rare building with rare metals. So that is definitely a spot that we'll want to go for another dome over here to get us rare metals. Because rare metals will allow us to get money. And our dozer thing is done. So yeah, that'll be nice to use for some landscaping projects. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with my videos in the future. And I will see you all later.